Okay, this is taking off from finishing off the left hand side bearing. So now we'll go around to the right side bearing. There might be a video there you can see on the right hand side of the left hand side bearing. Okay, so there's limited space, but I'll film what I can. Luckily it's right in the door space here. This is a genuine General Motors wheel, and I've got some numbers here: WCA 180, S208 29, X1834147-9, SF. Okay, the tyre's up off the ground and there is movement. Again, it's same as the other side, it's the vertical, so this way. This way's okay. Horizontal's good, but vertical, there is a fair amount of movement. And the other side had a worn bearing, and this could be the same. So on the other side, when I repacked it with grease, it fixed the problem. It's loose. But I think I'll do the caliper on this side as well. Just get the piston out of the caliper and put some caliper grease on it, and that'll fix it. Okay, and the same as the other side. This car was built in the days when they were serious about longevity or longevity, and providing the customer with something that with a bit of work could be kept going. You can see grease nipples there on the top on either side, the ball joint underneath the steering. On top there's a ball joint there, sort of off-centered dampener there, and the spring. Okay, it was binding a little bit. Actually, now I see that it's the same as the other side, so that is sticking, and the caliper piston, that's it there inside there, that'll have to be taken out, and I'll put some caliper grease on that. So now remove that cover, remove the nut and the cotter pin, the castle nut and the cotter pin, and the washer or the spacer, or the shim, whatever you want to call it, and then the bearing comes out. There's a fair amount of so-called meat on this brake pad on this side, on the right side. So yeah, that's one less thing I've got to worry about. Might be able to see through there. This side, the right side, is actually better than the left hand side. The pad's also pretty good there. Okay, I'll clean down the cap a bit. The lighting probably isn't going to be as good as the other side. So I've got the cotter pin here. There we go, get him started. Okay, take this castle head nut off instead of on. It's only a little bit more than hand tight. Yeah, this washer, or this, beg your pardon, this, that's just absolutely had it. That's, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be loose or not. It could actually work like this, that when that washer pushes the this part into the cone, that it seats and it won't move. So what that would mean would be that the washer, when you tighten it up, it'd probably correct any movement. So it wouldn't surprise me that after I pack it with grease and tighten up the nut again, that there may be no movement at all. Okay, so it's done. Now I'll pack this other side here. Same process. There's actually a lip. Probably see a lip in that edge there, and just force it in. Till it won't accept any more grease. And then it's packed. Okay. So I'll push this in a number of times. Seems to have made some more room. Just like to point out at this stage once more that I'm not a mechanic or auto electrician. I just like to tinker around with some machines I've got. I seem to get rid of an air bubble there. Try that again. I must say that I prefer it when the work's done and I'm actually using the machines to mechanics. But mechanics is a fairly interesting means to an end. So that's the way I look at it all. Look at all of that. Okay, I think this will be the last time. See it gets forced out by some air in there. Anyway, I'll do it. Okay, that shaft has got a spline and that notch on the washer or the packer or the shim. It goes in there and that seats. So you have to insert the split pin, and it's a good idea to find out where the holes are. So there's one there and there'll be one just there, so you know where the holes are on your nut. Don't cross thread it, of course. Be wary of that. Okay, that seats around about there. So you're going to want to find a hole pretty close to that point, and bingo. There we go. Wouldn't surprise me at all if that movement in the wheel completely disappears now. You want to make sure that you judge the amount of grease in the cap is correct. Too much and the cap won't go on, and not enough and you won't keep the pressure of the grease in the bearing area. Okay, we'll put the wheel back on and see what movement we've got. Okay, now when we check the wheel for movement, we see that there's very little movement, if any at all. So this way there's nothing, this way only a very, very small amount. I could possibly fix that by tightening up the nut a little bit more. Okay, that's it. I'm pretty confident that that would pass an inspection. There's more of a slight noise than an actual movement now. So if I do have to tighten it up, I will, but I'd rather not. I don't want to put too much pressure on any parts of the wheel or the bearing.